Hi there, it's Lou here, that yacht girl, and today I'm here on Las Olas Boulevard, a pretty noisy afternoon in Fort Lauderdale, to have a look at the new Valder 67. Now, the Valder Yacht 67 is built in New Zealand. She is all carbon fibre and she is a foiling catamaran. So this is something pretty different in the marketplace. She's certainly very distinctive looking, particularly in the burnt orange, with very angled bows, quite a nice low slung exterior, which is hard to achieve in a catamaran, and also combining all the interior volume that this boat has as well. So let's get away from the noise, step on in and have a look at the Valder 67.
Before we head to the interior of the boat, I thought I would start here on the aft deck. There's quite a bit going on back here and it's a really great multi-function area. To begin with, of course, you've got this great big countertop here and it hides a whole bunch of features, including a Weber barbecue grill. The boat is built in New Zealand. Typical Kiwis have to have a Weber with some lamb on it. And then coming along here, we have the sink, we've got a live well, some storage, and tucked in behind here is the tender garage. So when these bars are removed here, the center section lowers down and you can launch and retrieve the tender through here. It's a really great area. You can see they've already got some fishing rod holders over there, and you could set this up for any number of purposes, launching water toys or fishing or just recreational grilling and generally having a good time on the water. So I've come up onto the bow, and as you can see, the side decks of the boat are really nice and wide and flat all the way through. It's a great area to walk up. The only thing I would say is if you are looking for something more family friendly or a little bit more security, you might want to add some extra handrails or increase the height of these side rails. On the bow, spectacular area up here. Given that the boat is a catamaran, you've got a 22-foot beam, so it's nice and wide. Very pronounced bows. There's absolutely no reverse bow on this boat. And a sun lounge area here. All these hatches are down into your master suite, which we'll see in a minute. And we'll head up onto the flybridge. Up on the flybridge, we've got one of the most interesting things you'll see on a boat of this size. It's actually a helipad. So the owners of the company in this original boat have a small colour-matched helicopter that they will bring in and land in this area here, which is very, very cool, particularly if you're taking the boat off the beaten track. I think that's just amazingly cool and awesome. Now, at the boat show recently, they had this area set up with some nice sun lounges. So there's obviously a lot of options with what you could do up here. Given that we've got the crane already installed, pretty easy to add some extra toys up here, whether it be some large jet skis, sea bobs, even a larger tender of some sort as well. The rear cockpit of the boat is a really fantastic entertaining area also. A really nice sized table here that you can easily sit 8 guests around in a lot of comfort. Still extra space there as well. We've obviously got some storage going on. You've got your docking station here, which is a great feature on this boat, given that it's so wide and your only helm station is on the interior. I think this adds a lot of functionality to that. Will certainly help when you're coming in and off the dock. Over here, we've got a fantastic storage locker. It's a full height storage locker, great for wash down poles and kit. And obviously here, a bank of refrigeration slash freezer space and an ice maker. Over this side, we've got a dayhead, which I know has the boat show sign in it at the moment, but that's a pretty good sized dayhead there. So that's super convenient. And more storage going on over here as well. I don't know what's down in this locker. Let's have a look. That's just the storage locker above there. So some extra storage. This boat, I will say already, I'm noticing that it does have really well-equipped storage. It looks like a lot of corners are taken up. Anywhere that they can get storage in, they're doing that. And obviously through this deck as well, we've got access to the 2 engine bays, and also down into the tender garage through there as well. So that could be a spot to drop down in. Extra life jackets would be handy to have, the emergency life jackets or even fenders. I don't know how this is going to come across on camera, But curiosity got the better of me and I wanted to come down and have a look at one of the engine spaces. There's obviously two of these, one in each hull. What we have here are the MAN 1300 horsepower engines, packed in here pretty neatly. And I've got to say, the space to get around this side is really impressive. You've got full head height down here for someone way taller than me. The engines are obviously here. Back over here, we seem to have all the water systems. So we've got the black water tank, there's the water heater, and also the reverse osmosis water maker. And interestingly, these are driven, the boat is driven by surface piercing props as well. And I'll come to some more details of that in a minute. The boat, however, is an amazing blend of performance and cruising distance. Your range can be really pretty impressive on this boat. And really then that comes up to personal preference, or if you're running away from weather or something like that. So I'll have a chat about that in a minute, but I just wanted to have a quick look around one of the two engine spaces. Finally, we're heading on to the interior of the boat, and I've got to say this is pretty impressive. The styling of the interior is instantly warm and almost like a cottage vibe. I think it's super comfortable. There's nothing pretentious about it, but it's going to be supremely comfortable to have a lot of people hanging out in this boat. A lot of boats are built for X amount of passengers in the cabins, but don't provide that comfort when it comes to, or the space when it comes to the on-deck areas, and I think this boat really caters to that. To begin with, over here, very cool bar area. I'm loving this zone over here, including a wine fridge, and all of these stools will wind away and pop in back over that side. Let's see if we can show that. So they can all be put out of the way, particularly when you're underway. I think that's pretty cool. The galley is pretty enormous. This is your full country kitchen going on here, and I'm loving it. I think it's a really great layout. We've got a dishwasher here. For those of you unfamiliar with them, the Fisher & Paykel dish drawers, another great Kiwi invention. We've got the cooktop and oven there, of course. Your fridge, lots of storage space all around here, and the sink back here. Now this window slides back in, so you'll get a very, very open experience here too, between the galley and your entertaining area at the back. As we move on forward, one step up into the lounge area, the salon area, and this is just lovely. So much seating here. It's a really nice, comfortable area to be in. Again, more storage. We've got the TV in this cabinet here, and onto the Helm. The Helm station is a pretty cool spot to be. It's very clean. The layout is very simple and nicely laid out, with triple Garmin screens going on here. We've got your C-zone control for a lot of the interior features of the boat and the functionality there. Your engines are here, bow thrusters over here, and there are two bow thrusters on this boat, one on each hull. A lot of catamarans you'll see only have one. I like that they've got the two going on there. I guess there's some redundancy in that as well. But there's something missing. No steering wheel. And this boat is steered purely by this little joystick here. So this operates rudders left and right, and it's simply a case of holding it for as long as you want the rudder to go in that direction. So when you're running at speed, it's just right or left. I love that. That's a very cool feature. And of course over here, we've got the joystick control as well. And I like that they've got the remote control for the Garmin's here as well when you're underway, much easier than going touch screens. Now with the cabins, I thought I'd start from the closest to the stern here. Let's head on down. Little map of New Zealand there. I'm guessing that's an optional extra, but it's pretty charming. Now down in this hull, we've got a twin cabin here. I don't know if these are convertible or not, but that is a pretty nice space. Again, they've got storage, they've got drawers under the beds. I'm guessing that would mean it's not convertible, but good level of storage going on there. And coming forward, we've got a queen bed here that looks about a queen size. Nice storage in the bedside tables here. And then moving forward into their head. And all of these sinks are really lovely. I forgot what they're made out of. But another unique feature of this boat that you don't see on too many boats is the ceramic tile. It's actually ceramic tile. And they've got that right through the salon area and also in the bathrooms, in the heads. So that's a really good sized shower there. Now let's head on over to the other side. And we're down into the starboard hull now. Looking behind us, we've got another queen size bed there. Again, good storage. And those two cabins would share this head here. You've got the primary cabin forward with its own head, obviously. You've got a VIP in the port hull with its own head, and then you have two cabins that share this head here. But let's remember for a second, this is a 67-foot boat. So I think that's pretty great accommodation for a 67-footer. Washer and dryer hidden in there. I love that everything is Fisher and Paykel on this boat. Classic Kiwi brand. Oh my God, the storage. That's fantastic. Storage in there. They've obviously got some cleaning supplies, which is exactly what you do with it. More ceramic tile. These basins, I want to say, were some sort of steel. I need to ask about that. I'll throw that into the video or some details into the description. And now let's head on back up and wander down into the primary cabin. Now again, we've got lockers hidden in here, and yes, great. So that couldn't be much better as far as access to all of the electronics go. Pretty cool to have that easy access. And what's in here? Oh great, another hanging locker. More closet area there. Now this cabin is pretty impressive. To begin with, it really effectively, it's a full beam suite. And I did hear at the boat show that you are able to add the privacy glass onto that wall there, which would give you that impression of having the full beam cabin here. You would be able to open that and see all the way through. But let's start with on the starboard side. Nice big window in the hull, so you do have the sight lines out to the water. Lots of storage here at this bench. I don't think that doesn't pop up, so that's really a good laptop workspace there. And then one step up, we've got the TV set into that cabinet. That has got to be pretty close to king size, I think. It's a pretty big bed, definitely bigger than queen. More storage. And then into their head. And the head is a lovely area to be in. We have the toilet hidden just down there, a great big walk-in shower, and a twin vanity. So nice area. And as I said, this will, I was told that you will be able to open that up with some of the glass to have the effect of the full beam. I'm finishing up the tour here at one of my favourite places on the boat, on most boats, sitting at the bar. These stools are super comfy and they're really nicely solid attached to that, and the footrail, it actually works really nicely as well as obviously being a bar. And I'm looking at my notes because there is so much going on with this boat from a technical perspective. As I said, it's a fully carbon fibre boat, so she comes out pretty light. And the company really aimed for a higher performance standard than what is generally seen on a cruising yacht of this size. So she's got capacity of hitting 50 knots. Cruising in the 30s is viable, 20 to 30 range. And of course, depending on what you want to do with that really dictates your range. But without that, you know, coming back to a lower cruising speed obviously gives you a much higher range. But conversely, because this boat has the foils, she will, the faster you go, the more they act, the more they engage, as it were, and you get that extra lift. Now, it's not going to sit up out of the water completely. It's more of a bow lift, but it does help to lessen that wetted area, and it'll give you increased performance, increased economy, much smoother ride. There is so many benefits to this system, and it's pretty impressive to see somebody doing it on a yacht this size. So that's one of the amazing things about the boat. She also has the surface piercing props, so extra performance comes out of that as well. And there's so many other things. Twin generators, you've got that great redundancy there. Twin bow thrusters, again, that's really going to help you getting on and off the dock, but also redundancy. So this is a boat you could really go places on. This is a boat that's been designed and built to travel. And I just think it also provides such a nice feeling of being at home. It's a great combination. So there are a lot of other performance aspects to this boat, too many notes to mention, so I'm going to give up on that, but I will put a lot of links into the description below so it can take you to the website. Huge shout out to Andrew from Luke Brown Yachts for getting me on board this morning. So I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough of the Valder Yachts 67. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you've got any questions or comments, drop them in the comments below.